Coach, with the Lady Bucks winning the ASUN title in the tournament for the second year in a row, we talked about a little bit earlier, of course, when you're in a conference of this size, you pretty much have to win in order to, you definitely have to win in the ASUN in order to make the tournament. The only caveat that comes with that with a conference this size, all the other tournaments aren't done yet. So you've got this lovely buffer period where you have to wait and see exactly where you're going to be selected and where you're heading to the NCAA tournament. And of course, we had a lovely party at Fanatics where you found out where you were headed, and luckily just a hop, skip, and a jump up the road.
Yes, and you know that is the tough part, because we do play our tournament early, and so you do have that waiting period, over a week before we find out where we're going to go. But it was an opportunity it was spring break, so it was an opportunity for my team to get away for a couple of days. We took a few days off. All of them went home to enjoy, the win, the victory with their families, and then came back a little rested, because my starters, they did have to play a lot of minutes, so they had an opportunity to rest up and then get back to work. We came back on that Wednesday and hit the court. Didn't know who we were preparing for, but we knew whoever it was, they were going to be a really good basketball team. So we came out and worked really hard and was just on the edge of our seat waiting on Monday night to see what seed we would be and where we would be headed. So we were really, really excited. We got a better seed than we did the previous year, and so that shows improvement with our team and with our program. And then to sit there and see us come across and see it be in Bowling Green made it even nicer, because I thought we would be able to get some fans because it's not a long trip. Our men had just won as well and found out they were going to Columbus. Was it Columbus? Dayton. I'm sorry, yeah. Dayton, somewhere Ohio, in Ohio somewhere. Yeah. But yes, Dayton. That's right. And it wasn't a long drive, so it felt like if our guys were to falter, maybe some of those fans would come on down to Bowling Green, and I believe that's exactly what they did.
Yep, we had a lot of fans flock over to Bowling Green. Some of them just came with us, even before the men's game, but then yes, a lot of them hopped on a bus with a band, and of course you had the whole band and the whole cheerleading corps in time for the game. And we'll take a quick look at, the selection ceremony and leading up to that, and then we'll have just a quick little retrospective about the second trip in a row to the NCAAs. After a 9-day wait that seemed like an eternity since winning the Atlantic Sun Championship in Nashville, the Lady Bucks gathered with fans of Fanatics Fun Eatery to see who they'd face in the upcoming NCAA tournament. After plenty of speculation, ETSU earned a seed better than last year, drawing lucky 13 in a date with number 4 Iowa State on March 22nd in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Celebration quickly gave way to practice, preparation, and finally packing up the bus to head west to EA Diddle Arena and the first round of the national championship. All the while intently watching the men's team face top-seeded Pitt in their bracket in Dayton, Ohio. Another day of practice followed as the team acquainted themselves with the big stage. And on that fateful Sunday, the first ETSU women's team ever to play in the tournament the previous year officially became the first ever to play in it 2 years in a row.
This was a word, passion. Got to play with a lot of passion. Passion, got to play with a lot of passion. We got to play with a lot of heart. Got to play with a lot of heart. Because right there, that if you do those two things, if you play with a lot of heart and you play with all types of passion and love and desire, that makes up for a little bit. But we got to go out there and we got to play extremely hard for 40 minutes. 40 minutes. I've asked for it all year. I haven't gotten 40 minutes. But today, against Iowa State, we got to play every second, every minute of this 40 minutes of ball. Play with a lot of passion. Play with a lot of heart. We're going to beat this team. We're going to be the first one this tournament, this year, as a 13 to beat a 4. So let's go get it done. Get it done now. Come on.
Let's go.
Let's do this thing. Win. 1, 2, 3. Win.
Well, Coach, you head to Diddle Arena over there in Bowling Green, Kentucky. You had a great complement of fans join you for the NCAA first round. And the other interesting thing about this is, of course, you had the Lady Volunteers playing right after. So even though it was, you never expect a team to hit 16 threes on you. So it was an unprecedented team that you saw come out of the woodwork with Iowa State. But still, the atmosphere inside the arena was a very friendly one. You had a lot of Tennessee faithful, and it just seemed like overall just a great learning experience and a lot of fellowship, I guess, in the Buccaneer family throughout that trip to Bowling Green.
Oh, it was. It was a great, great trip, a great experience for the players who had not experienced that before. A little disappointing, because we had scouted Iowa State, and we knew they could shoot the three. That was their strength, and that's how they had won so many games. It was because of their great outside shooting. But you're right. Never expected them to come out that hot, and we could just never really slow them down. They were hitting them from almost half court. But the really good basketball team, I think maybe even made it to the Elite Eight or Sweet 16. So they won a few games in the tournament. But that experience is just tremendous. Going up and playing in the NCAA's and getting that experience and making you more excited about getting back on the court to make sure you do it again. Because once you get a taste of it, you never want that taste to leave. So you want to keep working hard to get back there the following year.
Coach, two players who deserve some recognition for going on, under the lights on ESPN and, the pressure that goes with that. And then once the team got down and the lead just kept growing and growing and growing against them, two players that really just kind of kept shining and showed that Lady Buccaneer spirit. One, Toronto Wiles gets into double digits, leads the team in scoring with, I believe she had 18 points in the game. And then you had also Tish got into double digits, and she was already banged up enough with her knee bothering her. And then they had to, Tim and Lori had to tape her hand up the whole time she was there, and she was having trouble shooting free throws in practice and had to kind of but then she winds up getting double digits. And really, I think, even though you've got three bombs coming left and right, she really did help solidify the Lady Bucks bread and butter, which is down on the block. She really created a very formidable post presence, even being injured somewhat for the Lady Bucks.
Yes, very injured, all year, and then injured her hand toward the end of the season, and it did make it difficult for her to grip the ball and get a good feel on her shot. So it did hurt her, but she did not let that stop her. And that's the greatest thing that I can say about this team. No matter how far we got down, or no matter how far ahead, they were going to always play hard. They were going to always compete, and they were out there, giving it everything they had. And Tish, as you say, been the one that really stepped it up on the inside for us, and got some really big baskets down there. And the one thing which is her passion is her defense. She was named Defensive Player of the Year for our conference, and she likes to get steals and she likes to get rebounds. And she sets a goal every game of what she wants to accomplish, and she's out there diving on the floor with her big knee brace, with her hand already taped up, but trying to help this team be as competitive as we possibly could be.
Yeah, she said a lot of her focus this year was trying to be a better defensive player. Obviously showed in Defensive Player of the Year, but said she wanted to be the best stealer that she possibly could, and I think she definitely accomplished that.
Definitely, she's our thief on the floor, and it's okay to be that type of thief. But that was her goal all year. I want to break the steals record. I want to break the steals record, and you rarely see a post player that has that as a goal. But that was her number one goal. She wanted to rebound, she wanted to score, but that was not the most important. She wanted to get out there and do it on defense. And fortunately for her and the team, the other coaches recognized that effort, and she did get the Defensive Player of the Year. So we're excited, really excited about what this team should be able to accomplish in the future.
No doubt about it. You've got your three best coming back, of course, with Defensive Player of the Year, the just out-and-out Player of the Year and Tournament MVP, and Sierra, and then, of course, Taronda with all the wonderful things she did and continues to improve as a player. They're going to be your senior core next year, and, well, they've already had to basically be seniors, so they've pretty much filled this role already, and that should be pretty solid for you. Plus, you've got the supporting cast, Tara Davis, and the rest, not to mention, just up and coming, your two talented freshmen, and now a very talented rising junior in Shannon White. So I would say big things once again, and suffice it to say, probably have that target on your back once again next year.
Probably. Hopefully, Gulf Coast will get it a little bit because they did win the regular season. But, everybody, every time you step out on the floor, everybody was wanting to do the same thing, and that's win. So we have got to be prepared once again because, yes, that target will be on our back. But we have all 5, starters returning. With some pretty good reserves on the bench. So really excited about where this team has come from and where I think we're going to be able to go.
And Coach, best of luck next year on bringing yet another one of these back to Johnson City, and hopefully another trip to the tournament and beyond.
Thanks a lot, John.
It's comments from Head Coach Karen Kemp, and that'll do it for our very, very special season in review for the Lady Bucks. My name is John Stevens, and we'll see you next year, fans.